It's been several years since I've made one of these videos. I had gotten the opportunity to do some consulting work and didn't have time to make videos, but I'm happy to be back now. During this hiatus, the number of subscribers grew to over 1,000, so I want to thank all of you for your interest, and I'm intending to make videos more regularly now. The focus of these videos has been on AI in the Unity game engine, and specifically how to create human characters that are powered by AI. These AI characters could be background actors, but as they get more sophisticated, they could become adversaries or allies as well. Earlier videos in the series involved setting up human characters, Unity's animation and navigation mesh systems with waypoints, and some beginning experiments using Unity's reinforcement learning framework, ML agents. Of course, these older videos are still available if you would like to see them. We had left off with this toy example in ML agents, where the human character tries to catch the runaway dog. This worked somewhat, but we had not yet gotten it to work completely well. The human was able to catch the dog, but sometimes the movement looked unrealistic, changing speed too abruptly, and sometimes the human would get stuck at a barrier. Of course, in the last few years, since I made the earlier videos, the world has gone crazy with AI. Many of you have probably tried large language models like ChatGPT and others. Any Google search results in an AI summary. Unity held an online AI forum at the end of 2020 that presented their ML Agents package as a new paradigm for creating behaviors in computer games. Rather than implementing behaviors in code, game characters would learn their behaviors. This had the potential to be less work for developers with more interesting and sophisticated game characters. So what has happened to ML agents in the last few years? Has the paradigm taken off? Is the Unity Asset Store loaded with pre-trained, useful AI models that we can just drop into our games? Well, not exactly. I've looked through the Unity Asset Store and cannot find much at all having to do with ML agents. I've noticed that Hugging Face offers a free online course in reinforcement learning, which includes a section on Unity ML agents. I've included the link below if any of you are interested. The course mentions that the MA-POCA algorithm that ML agents uses for teams of agents was in fact developed by Unity, so ML agents is more than just a layer on top of existing algorithms. Hugging Face does have an online model repository for ML agent models, although from a quick look, I think it just contains the class exercises done by many different students rather than original, generalized models that might be used in games or simulations. Looking at the changelog for ML agents, we see that at first, ML agents had several releases every year, but in 2023 and 2024, there was just a single release near the end of each year, having some fixes and accommodating new versions of dependent packages. ML Agents is a great package, but this raises the question of whether Unity is still developing or at least maintaining it. This was recently asked in the Unity discussion group by Ludic Worlds, and a fairly promising answer was posted by Unity that ML Agents is not being deprecated. By the way, Ludic Worlds has some nice recent videos on setting up ML agents and a first simple example that you might like to check out. So it's good that Unity intends some level of support for ML agents, but still there has not been much, if any, active new development of ML agents by Unity in the last couple of years. Why hasn't ML agents taken off to become more mainstream in Unity game development? I think there are a few possible reasons. ML Agents has several good beginner level tutorials, but it might be hard to move beyond those toy examples. I hope in the next series of videos that I create that I might be able to help with that by looking at some more of the advanced techniques that help with ML agents. Another possible reason is that in the last few years there has been a ton of interest around language AI, but not so much around physical AI, although I think that that may be changing with increased interest in robotics and things like that. At Unity, there may have been more recent emphasis on AI to help the developer, to be an assistant for the developer, rather than in-game models. And in fact, there's currently a beta of Unity AI, which is extremely interesting. I will mention that again a little bit later in this video. And another possible reason is that Unity reinforcement learning models may not generalize well. Maybe if they are created to work for one game, it may be hard to just drop them into a different situation. I don't yet have any data to confirm or dispute that, but I hope that in the next few videos where we run some experiments, we can show that whether it is possible for the models to generalize, and certainly I hope that it will be. I would like to find out whether ML agents can meet its early promise to create useful behavior models that generalize to different environments. As I said before, my toy example from earlier videos where the guy tries to catch the dog had some shortcomings. I've recently read more about deep reinforcement learning and Unity ML agents, and I think there are some things we could try to improve the example and show that this kind of situation really can be done in ML agents in a very robust way. Don't worry about understanding this list in detail, but these are things that I plan to try in the next few videos to improve this example using ML agents. My goal is to develop a working example of a robust, generalizable ML agents model that can work in different environments. This could be the basis of an intermediate level ML agents tutorial going beyond the available beginners tutorials. I am going to try to get a new video out more often than before. My goal is to have a video approximately every 2 weeks. They may not be perfectly edited and polished, but I will try to have a more steady stream of new content. And my future videos won't be limited to ML agents. This list from the very first video of the series shows other topics I have in mind. I had always intended to also review Unity tools and assets that are relevant for AI, and I will do some reviews. For example, as I mentioned a couple minutes ago, there's currently in beta a set of AI tools from Unity that are really just amazing and could help a lot with developing human character AI. My next video might be on that because it's really very timely. It's just available now in beta and everyone can try it. Please subscribe if you are interested in seeing the next videos and leave any comments below. Until next time.